Have you ever wondered if the fish on your plate could be quietly damaging your health instead of helping it? Imagine spending your entire life being careful with what you eat, only to find out that some of the so-called healthy fish you've been consuming may be silently attacking your heart, poisoning your brain, and even increasing your risk of early death, especially if you're over 60. This video is not just another health video. This one is made specifically for you. Yes, you watching this right now, because if you're 60 or older, your body processes toxins differently. Your liver isn't as fast, your kidneys take longer to filter, and your immune system may not fight as strongly as it used to. So eating the wrong kind of fish can do far more harm than good. Here's the shocking part. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, over 75% of commercial fish tested in the U.S. contain levels of mercury or other toxins that exceed safe limits for seniors. Globally, it's even worse. Many developing countries have little to no regulation on seafood safety. But don't worry, this isn't a video that just scares you and leaves you hanging. In the next few minutes, we'll walk you through the 6 most toxic fish that seniors must avoid at all costs, and we'll back it up with scientific evidence and simple steps you can take starting today. Because the good news is, you have the power to fix it. But, and this is very important, if you don't watch till the end, you may misunderstand the solution, misapply it, or miss it entirely. And that could mean your efforts won't protect you the way you hope. So grab a pen if you can, and please stay with us. This might be one of the most important health videos you'll ever watch. Let's begin with the first fish you should be seriously concerned about: swordfish. Now, if you're like many older adults who grew up enjoying fish steaks at restaurants or grilling thick fillets at family gatherings, swordfish may bring up fond memories. But unfortunately, those memories come with a hidden danger. Take Roger, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Florida who loved swordfish and ate it twice a week because it was lean and satisfying. But during a routine checkup, his doctor noticed troubling signs: slurred speech, tremors, and high blood pressure. A toxicology test revealed extremely high mercury levels in his bloodstream. Why? Swordfish are top-of-the-chain predators. That means they eat smaller fish, accumulating mercury every step of the way. According to the FDA, swordfish contain mercury levels of over 0.9 parts per million, nearly triple the amount considered dangerous for older adults. Mercury, as you may know, is a neurotoxin. It slowly poisons your brain and nervous system. For seniors, this can mean memory loss, confusion, tremors, and even increased risk of Alzheimer's. So here's the hard truth. No matter how tasty it is or how healthy it looks, swordfish is not safe for people over 60. What's your opinion on this? Have you ever eaten swordfish thinking it was a healthy choice? The second fish to watch out for is king mackerel. It's cheap, flavorful, and often used in smoked fish spreads or fried dishes across southern U.S. states and coastal areas. But few people know that king mackerel is one of the most mercury-loaded fish sold in America. A study by the Environmental Defense Fund found that king mackerel has such dangerous mercury levels that even a single serving can exceed the recommended monthly mercury intake for seniors. That's right, not weekly, monthly. For an aging brain and nervous system, mercury damages neurons and can interfere with essential nutrients like selenium and omega-3s that your brain desperately needs at this stage of life. The problem is even worse if you're already on medication. For blood pressure, heart problems, or cholesterol, mercury can interfere with these medications, making them less effective. That means this one fish can undo all your careful dietary and medical planning in a single bite. Have you been eating king mackerel? If so, did you know about the risks before watching this video? The third toxic fish on our list is tilefish, especially those caught in the Gulf of Mexico. The FDA has placed Gulf-caught tilefish on its do not eat list for vulnerable populations, including older adults and pregnant women. But tilefish is still served in many restaurants and fish markets under misleading names or without clear labeling. That's a problem because tilefish contain some of the highest mercury levels in the seafood world, up to 1.45 parts per million. That's more than any other fish tested in the US. The damage is not limited to your brain. It can also affect your heart. Studies have shown that mercury from fish like tilefish can increase arterial stiffness, worsen arrhythmias, and raise your risk of heart attacks. For someone over 60, where your heart is already under strain, this is a ticking time bomb. So, always ask where your fish comes from, especially if you see names like golden bass, golden snapper, or other aliases for tilefish. What's the seafood labeling like in your local area? Do you trust the fish you're being sold? Now let's talk about the fourth one, shark. Yes, people still eat shark meat, especially in coastal areas, restaurants, and some canned seafood products. In some cultures, it's considered a delicacy. But for seniors, this fish is one of the most dangerous choices you can make. Shark meat is extremely high in mercury. In fact, it's often used as a benchmark for mercury toxicity in scientific studies. And because sharks are apex predators like swordfish, the toxins in their system accumulate over many years. But here's a surprising twist. Shark meat may also contain high levels of cadmium, arsenic, and lead, especially in sharks caught in polluted waters. These heavy metals are not filtered well by aging kidneys. They can build up in your body over time, leading to kidney damage, bone weakening, and blood pressure spikes. There's also growing evidence that shark meat can suppress thyroid function, which is already a problem in older adults. So the risks just keep stacking up. Did you know that some imitation crab meat and canned fish may contain traces of shark? How do you feel about that? If this video has helped you so far, please type yes in the comment section. If not, type no. This will help us create more valuable health content that meets your exact needs. Let's move to the fifth toxic fish seniors must absolutely avoid, orange roughy. Now you might be thinking me, but isn't orange roughy a premium white fish served in nice restaurants? Yes, and that's exactly the problem. This fish is often marketed as a healthy, high-protein alternative to red meat. But here's the horrifying truth that many people don't know. Orange roughy lives for up to 150 years. That's right, 150 years. So over its long life, it absorbs mercury, lead, and industrial chemicals from the ocean at extremely high concentrations. It's basically a sponge for ocean pollution. The older the fish, the more toxins it contains. According to the Natural Resources Defense Council, orange roughy can contain mercury levels of up to 0.86 parts per million. That's extremely dangerous for aging brains and hearts. But the danger doesn't stop there. This fish is also high in histamines, which can trigger allergic-like responses in seniors, like rashes, flushing, nausea, and even breathing difficulties. And for seniors already dealing with high blood pressure or respiratory issues, that's a recipe for disaster. Orange roughy has also been associated with digestive problems due to its tough, waxy texture, which can be hard for seniors with weak digestion or gallbladder issues to break down. So don't let the fancy name fool you. This fish is a toxic time bomb for anyone over 60. Have you or someone you love eaten orange roughy thinking it was a smart choice? Finally, let's talk about one of the most controversial items on this list, farmed salmon. Yes, even though salmon is usually considered a superfood packed with omega-3 fatty acids, not all salmon is created equal. The difference between wild and farmed salmon is enormous. Farmed salmon are raised in crowded pens, fed unnatural diets of corn and soy, and treated with antibiotics to prevent disease. This results in fish with dramatically higher levels of PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, industrial chemicals linked to cancer, hormonal disruption, and neurological damage. A joint study by Harvard and the University of Indiana found that farmed salmon contains 16 times more PCBs than wild salmon. And here's where it gets worse for seniors. PCBs are fat-soluble, which means they're stored in your body fat and released over time, slowly damaging your immune system, your hormones, and your brain cells. If you've been eating salmon for its heart health benefits, but it's farmed salmon from a grocery store or buffet, you may be slowly poisoning yourself without knowing it. Seniors are especially vulnerable to this because of slower liver detox function and increased fat storage that comes with age. So the solution isn't to avoid salmon altogether, it's to always choose wild-caught Alaskan salmon when possible. That way, you get all the brain-loving omega-3s without the toxic baggage. When you shop, look for the label "wild" and avoid anything that says Atlantic salmon, which is almost always farm-raised. Did you know there was such a big difference between wild and farmed salmon before watching this video, L? And there you have it. The 6 most toxic fish seniors must avoid at all cost: swordfish, king mackerel, tilefish, shark, orange roughy, and farmed salmon. Each of these has its own unique danger: mercury, PCBs, arsenic, cadmium, histamines, or chemical feed, all of which are far more damaging to seniors than to younger adults. Your body doesn't detox the same way anymore, and that means even small amounts of these fish can cause long-term harm. Now that we've covered the problem in depth, let's pivot to the solutions. Because there's still hope. And it starts with choosing safer fish that are low in mercury, rich in omega-3s, and free from toxic contaminants. So what should you eat instead? Coming up in just a moment, the best fish for seniors over 60, the smartest way to eat seafood without poisoning yourself, and a simple checklist you can take to the store or restaurant to make healthier choices. But first, if you found any part of this video helpful so far, hit the like button right now. It tells the YouTube algorithm to share this life-saving information with more seniors just like you. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do that now so you never miss another health-protecting video. Also, let us know in the comments. Have you eaten any of the 6 fish on this list in the past 30 days? What shocked you the most? Now that you know the 6 fish to absolutely avoid, if you're over 60, let's switch gears, because eliminating danger is only one part of healthy aging. The other half is replacing risky habits with healing ones. So if you've been eating fish for the brain, heart, or bones, don't worry. There are still excellent choices out there, but you have to be picky. And today, we'll give you the exact roadmap. Let's begin with a senior-friendly superstar, wild-caught Alaskan salmon. Unlike its farmed cousin, wild Alaskan salmon feeds on natural plankton and smaller fish, giving it a clean, nutrient-rich profile. It's high in omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA, which are essential for brain function and heart health. These omega-3s have been linked to lower risk of Alzheimer's, improved memory, reduced joint pain, and even better, vision. According to a study published in the journal Neurology, seniors with higher levels of omega-3s had brain volumes equivalent to people 2 years younger. Isn't that amazing? And here's the best part. Wild salmon is also low in mercury, making it a safe choice for seniors with slower detox systems. Just make sure the label says wild and preferably Alaskan, not Atlantic. Have you already made the switch to wild salmon, or is this news to you? Next, you might be surprised to learn that sardines, yes, those tiny canned fish, are actually a health goldmine for older adults. Sardines are low on the food chain, which means they accumulate far less mercury than larger fish like tuna or swordfish. But they pack a massive nutritional punch. They're loaded with omega-3s, vitamin D, vitamin B12, selenium, and even calcium. Why calcium? Because sardines are one of the few fish you can eat whole, bones and all, giving you a boost in bone-building nutrients that help fight osteoporosis. Seniors need calcium, but not always from dairy, which can cause bloating or raise cholesterol. Sardines provide a cleaner, heart-healthy alternative. Just make sure you choose wild-caught, and preferably those packed in olive oil, not soybean. Or canola oil. Do you already eat sardines, or are you open to trying them now? Another excellent choice is rainbow trout, particularly if it's farmed in the United States. Now, I know we just talked about avoiding farmed fish like salmon, but US farmed rainbow trout is actually the exception. That's because it's raised in freshwater tanks with strict EPA and FDA oversight. It's low in mercury and PCBs and high in omega-3s. It's also a great source of protein and potassium, both important for muscle maintenance and blood pressure regulation in seniors. Potassium, in particular, helps balance sodium in the body and reduces stroke risk. If you're watching your blood pressure, trout could be your new best friend. It's mild in taste and easy to cook, perfect for seniors with sensitive palates. Have you ever tried rainbow trout? Or would you be willing to add it to your meals now? If this video has helped you so far, please type yes in the comment section. If not, type no. This will help us create more valuable health content that meets your exact needs. Let's also talk about Atlantic mackerel, not to be confused with king mackerel, which we warned you about earlier. Atlantic mackerel is small, fast-growing, and has very low mercury levels. It's rich in DHA and EPA, which protect your memory and heart rhythm as you age. In fact, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported that seniors who consumed fatty fish like mackerel at least once a week had a 36% lower risk of dying from heart disease. That's a massive benefit from such a small fish. It also contains coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, which helps produce energy in your cells, especially important as you get older. Just make sure it's Atlantic mackerel, not Spanish or king. This one, detail, could make all the difference. Did you know about the safe version of mackerel before this video? As you consider these healthier options, remember this: how you cook your fish also matters. Grilling, steaming, or baking are the best ways to preserve nutrients and avoid adding harmful fats. Deep frying fish, especially with old oil, creates trans fats, which are strongly linked to heart disease and inflammation. And for seniors dealing with arthritis, high cholesterol, or clogged arteries, that's the last thing you need. So always cook with care. Use olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, or turmeric for flavor and extra anti-inflammatory benefits. Even the healthiest fish can become dangerous if you cook it the wrong way. Do you usually bake or fry your fish? Let us know in the comments. Another practical tool is to use the FDA's mercury level chart when buying seafood. It categorizes fish into best choices, good choices, and fish to avoid. For seniors, always stick with the best choices. This includes options like salmon, sardines, trout, anchovies, herring, and Atlantic mackerel. Bookmark this list or keep a copy in your kitchen. It can help you make safer decisions in the grocery store or when eating out. Would you like us to create a printable version of this list for your fridge or phone? Also, think about how often you eat fish. Even safe fish should be eaten in moderation. The general rule is 2 servings per week of low mercury, omega-3 rich fish. More than that, and you risk overloading your liver and kidneys. Seniors with liver problems, diabetes, or chronic fatigue should be especially cautious. Always balance fish with fiber-rich vegetables, whole grains, and plenty of water to help your body flush out any toxins. Do you eat fish more than twice a week? How do you balance it with other foods? This channel, Seniors Health 24, is not just about what to avoid, it's a community of solutions. Everything we share is backed by science, simplified for your daily life, and created with care for people just like you. If you've made it this far in the video, you're not just a viewer, you're family, and we want your input. Tell us, what kind of fish do you eat most? What's your favorite way to prepare it? Your comment might help someone else stay healthy longer. And one last thing before we wrap up this section. If you haven't shared this video yet, please do so now. There are thousands of seniors out there still eating toxic fish, thinking they're making healthy choices. Your share might save a life, or at the very least a mind from future memory loss. Helping others doesn't always mean donating money. Sometimes it just means spreading the truth. As we bring everything together, let's pause and reflect on what this really means. The fish you eat might seem harmless, even beneficial. But for seniors, every bite is a decision about your future. You've worked hard your entire life. You've raised families, built careers, supported communities. Now every choice you make, especially the ones involving what goes on your plate, should protect all that you've built, not tear it down from the inside out. Choosing the wrong fish may not hurt you tomorrow or even next week, but over time, it can chip away at your memory, weaken your heart, damage your kidneys, cloud your thoughts, and slowly age you from within. You deserve better than that. You deserve clear thinking, strong bones, a calm heart, and restful nights. And those are exactly the kinds of things the right fish can support when chosen wisely. The tragedy is that many seniors think they're doing the right thing by eating healthy fish like tuna or farmed salmon, not realizing they're loading up on mercury, antibiotics, or toxic fat. But now that you know the truth, you're no longer at the mercy of the supermarket or the restaurant menu. You're in control, and that control could extend your life by years. It could give you sharper memory in your 80s, stronger muscles in your 90s, and the kind of vibrant independence that most people lose far too early. So please, don't let this knowledge stop with you. Share it with your spouse, your friends, your siblings, or anyone else over 60. Post it in your family group chat. Mention it at your next church group, book club, or doctor's appointment. Every time you speak this truth, you're saving someone from the slow decay of silent toxins. And if you've already made changes based on today's video, let us know in the comments. Your voice might be the nudge someone else needs. Do you want more videos like this about foods to avoid, habits that heal, or the latest breakthroughs in aging well? Type more in the comments. Together, we're not just living longer. We're living better, one smart choice at a time.